Right, we've got 5 minutes. So quickly chop a few worms up for the inside. Could have done with another 10 minutes. I just want to set a stick float rod up, but I'll make do with a Bolo to begin with, heavy Bolo, with a decent strong hook length, just in case there's chub about. If it's a bit hard, I'll quickly set a stick float up with a worm for the inside. Pretty coarse, fairly coarse. Yeah, I just wanted 10 minutes to set a stick float up, but never mind. Never mind. So we've got a feeder rod, a Bolo rod, and a flat float. Well, that is it. Yep, that's the lot. Probably don't need that. Oh, sorry. Chuck that up there. Yeah. Get this on ready. Hopefully this will hold. I've got, well, I originally put an 8 gram flatty on with a 10 gram olivet. I've took the 8 gram flatty off and put a lighter 6 gram flatty with a 10 gram olivet and a BB. Because it just sits nicer. At the end of the day, it's just an indicator. So I've got a smaller float with that takes more shot, if that makes sense. So, but yeah. I think I'll go top 4 out. Yeah. Casters. Just wet these up a little bit. Oh yeah, definitely need to wet that up a bit. The old 50-50 method and paste green. First sweet skimmer. Got some paste this river. I don't know if it's normally this pacey, but we've had a couple of days of heavy rain. So I've got Tony Marshall above me, who's a brilliant river angler. I think he's going to fish the pole. Looking at what he's been setting up. He's got his feeder up as well. But I've been told there's bream short. If you go past sort of 20 metres, it really shallows up. The further out you go, the shallower it is. So, yeah. And then this is called the chub bush down there. Apparently they don't see that many chub on it these days. But we've got a chance of a chub. That's all we ever want, is a chance, don't you? So we're going to bait drop us some worms and casters there. Loose feed casters for catching down the bush. And a feeder about probably 18 metres, something like that. That'll be it. Some pellets in. Loads of barb landers on the opposite bank. One's packed away in front of Tony Marshall and another one's just turned up in his camper wagon. We'll just go with casters and pellets on that feeder to begin with. But yeah, any minute now I think. Just a big dollop of worm. And put 2 bait droppers in. I'll make that it. Is that it? Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Been warned it's very rocky on the inside. But yeah, definitely a chance of a chub on this peg, I reckon. Oh, I don't need to get rid of that. Log coming down. Yeah, I reckon all the flow's on the inside here. I'll just throw a few casters straight in front. Catch them down there. I'll have to pop a few feeders full in as well. Bait up, but I'm not going to sit on it long. You just put few dead maggots on it. I'm told there's a chance for a bream here. I think I'm going to need 2 ounces. I'm going to start with 45, but I think I'll need 2 ounces. Not far at all, chucking. Yeah. Yeah, we'll need 2 ounces. I'd have the first chuck on 45 just to see. I'm obsessed with trying to fish lighter feeders. They're on the Trent boy. 60 gram. I've got even heavier, obviously. Should be alright, 60 gram this close. We'll put half a dozen in. Trying to bring the rod back a bit. So yeah, I'm going to clip up to feed, but I might not be clipping up to fish. That makes sense. But I don't think I'll be able to. Looking at how pacey it is, it's really pacey. Let's get plenty of bubble flooded in. Because there have been loads of barbel night anglers. There's none in front of me. So my peg's not been rebaited. Might hold that, you know. Not any more of a bow. It's just about holding that. Keep popping a little bit in. Keep popping a little bit in. Yeah, the further out you go, the shallower this peg is, definitely. Just casting some pellets. Bounced a little bit then, but then it seems to have found its way. Just going to keep throwing casters here. I might have to catty. I've been warned not to fish too close in on the float because of the rocks, but I have run it down and it didn't snag. But they reckon just £7 won this zone the last time apparently, so it could be pretty grim. But yeah, we might be fishing for 1 or 2 big fish. Yeah, that's holding. Yeah, John O'Reilly, the organiser, told me don't go too far out for the bream. I says, what, halfway? He says, no, a lot shorter. And I can see why, and he's a cracking guy, John. Brilliant angler here, and it's really kind of him to share, because he's on this qualifier as well, further up in this zone. So it's very nice of him to say, and I do trust what he said as well. I know some play mind games and stuff, but no, I believe him. But yeah, they said I was on the chub bush, and I expected it to be over there, but it's not. It's on the inside. The last chub. We'll have a quick go on that flatty. But yeah, dead positive. We could be scratching for bites, but we will see. But we'll keep feeding a few casters there and we went a bit further down. Right there. That's where I want to be in it. I've got hemp and tears as well, just in case. Yeah, I'll have a pace on it. Probably got to just catch it. That wind's really blowing into our kisser here. Just give this a quick minute and then we'll get on that flatty. Try and catch a few quick perch. Oh, got a bit of pudding in. No rattles off anything small. A bit of a weed around the line there. Yeah, 2 ounce. Seems to be the going size for this river. Let's go on this. Yeah. Big dirty great 10 gram olivet. Where are my worms? Right in front of my face. It's big dandy. I might have to put even more shot on this. It's really surprising how fast the flow is. It's definitely the deepest part of my peg. It's relatively flat there. I reckon it could be grim here. Everyone in the pub was saying they don't want to draw Crankley and turn their noses up when they drew it, but this peg apparently has, you know, it's a good winter chub peg, and there is a bush on the inside, which is a bit more than most of them have got. But low clear river, you probably don't want to be anywhere near it, but it can throw up chub, so we won't give up. We can always chuck a lead down there as well. We'll run a float down there to begin with. A few early rattles on this wouldn't go amiss. Oh, something happened then. Yeah, it's definitely a bite. I'll come back with half a worm. Nibbled the end off. There's something there then, isn't there? That was definitely a bite anyway, but not a very big fish. Might have to go even more over depth, but go on. Oh. Missed that one. Tiny fishes. Top there, isn't it? A little fish. I'm obviously not feeding this swim, I'm feeding my float swim. The big pegs. 41's the next peg. Tony relatively close that way. What are they? I don't think they're big fish, whatever they are. An eel, that. Might be an eel. Look, true. Fish anyway. Perch. Gnarly perch. Oh, he's an old warrior, isn't he? Well, 12 to 018. It's a proper gnarly old warrior, that one. It's tiny, whatever that was. Something very little on the end that fell off. Worm still on. Let's make a few changes. Another BB on. We'll just go a touch more over there. Pop a plummet on, just so I don't snag up when I do this. Takes a little bit of shuffling. Bring this down anyway. So pin it a bit more on the bottom now. All of that's just above the bottom now, I think. I'm getting bites there anyway. Big boil then. Big boil. Oh, crikey, that was hitting the pole tip, that, whatever it was. Again. Well, seemed to have worked, didn't it? Perch, that is. Will do, won't he? £1.50. We'll bring those worms a bit nearer, haven't we? Yeah, I reckon there's a rock or something there. Might be what they're sat behind. Glad I set this up anyway. Probably could have set a running rig through as well, but it's got some pace this. So, yeah, maybe not. Come on. Quick plucks and that's it. Go on. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Missed it. Still there. Because of the weight of the float, I think they're just rejecting it a little bit too much. I think the flow's picked up. I'll chuck that feeder in a sec, just to keep some bait going in there as well. Oh. Didn't know we were on. Nearly missed the net. Just one more perch, we'll chuck that feeder. Sitting on it's a bit too much now. So we're going to put a bit more bait in before I go there. Just let them settle on it. Maybe put a few more maggots in as well. A few more options. No. Just put some pudding in. And leave it. Well, a decent start, but we're sitting and waiting a bit now, aren't we? Pop a few maggots in as well. Look at that thing. Wow. Jack Sparrow. It's a proper like that, isn't it? Big worm on this as well. Just about managing. without paying a bow out, but might have to. I want to try and keep a concentrated area just to begin with anyway. Is that me? That's me. That was me. All excited then. One more cast. Surprisingly, not a single small fish. Right. Not so much as a rattle on the feeder just yet. First look back on this. Gone another couple of inches over depth. Yeah, I put another bait dropper in with maggots and casters and worms again. Ooh, crikey. See, that just pulled on the pole tip. We weren't quite ready for hooking. There he is. Go on then. I'd like to net them, but you ain't got time. You just got to get them out the peg. Get them out the peg. This is when you need to know what's being caught, whether you're wasting your time doing this or whether it's fishing hard, which is what I'm kind of counting on. There's another little rattle. One. Stick. Sink the pole tip so they don't hit the pole so quickly. If it was slower flowing, I'd really let the bites develop, because it's hard to when it's flowing this fast. Go on, go on. Oh, we have got one on. I was playing with it for ages, so I knew something was wrong. Yeah, a little perch. Little perch. That's a big one. Tempted to move those BBs down, just like a chain on the bottom. I think that's what they need in this flow. Just chain it down a bit. Wait too long, I just think they nick your worm. Getting bites. Wonder if a little lead would be better down there. Mind you, you'd have to use an ounce still. So maybe not. Go on. Oh, that was tiny. That's what the problem is. Tiny fish. Let's move one of these BBs down. Right, just absolutely snaffle the end. Definitely overdue. Just got a 3 gram Bolo. So it's the way the wind is and that, it's probably going to be hard to fish a stick prop nicely. Just pop double maggot on to start with. I think the pace has increased. Roach. I think there's a lot of little fish in this peg. Feels like it. On the roach. Caster on then. Looking to my heavy hook length. Drop the feed a bit. That's a bleak or something. Ragged. Definitely ragged. Sticking to the heavy stuff just in case there's a trouble about before I decide what else to do. Might be fishing empen casters. Empen tears. Alright, let's bring this all down. Been ragged. Chocolates. Go on, one way or the other. Drives me mad. Change me up. So it's not like that. 16 to 012. My caster right down the peg. You know, if you think I'm going to have to feed some bait. Pretty sure that's been ragged before I even got there. Got 3 maggots on, I think. Million little things. Treble maggot. Peg is lifting with tiny little things. Oh, smashed. Hubtail on again. Feeding a few tears as well now. Big pike just rolled down the side there. It's on a tear. Millions of little ones. Let's hope they get bigger. What do we do? Do we wade through these? Try and catch something better. Double caster. Double caster. My peg is heaving with tiny fish, but I've just had a couple of better roach right down the peg. I'll be 2 foot off the bottom with a bit of worm on the hook. So it's the only thing that seems to be resilient. So that was a chunky roach then. I've tried tears and I've had tiny fish on tears. Yeah, there's a better roach right down the peg now. I'm blasting in casters and keep popping some end pins while down there. A bit further. Yeah, right at the top of the peg there's tinies. Really tiny fish. All my best fish have been right down. A bit further than that. Anywhere there. I've had some little ones as well. I've had something good come off. I put a bigger bit of worm on it and it doubled up. I think it was just a decent perch. Surprised it's not gone under. Yeah, there's definitely more rocks further down the peg. Yeah. Oh, that was a tiny fish. Let that bit work. Do I persevere with this and hope they get bigger, or do I have a look for it on the flat float, or do I go for the bream? I've flogged this for quite a bit now and the fish have only just started to go bigger. Yeah. There's definitely a load of fish there. Too fast for a pole anyway. Yeah, I've tried double caster, I've tried tears. The wormhead seems best at the moment. What have we got here? Ah, leaf. Leafy. I am fishing a bit crude, 012, but they don't seem to mind it. I'm just thinking if I do hook a chub, I need to have a bit more grunt than an 010, which is what I'd normally use. It's the best roach of the day. Wormhead. That's quite high up the peg that time. That's the best roach I've had high up the peg. Been really like pouching them in. It's probably about where the hemp is now. If they stay high, hopefully they'll push those smaller fish out. Very quick go on the flatty again. Just bait dropping some worms. Getting odd fish on that Bolo. It's just gone really quiet. I've wondered if there was a big fish about, but I've tried and not had anything big. Flow's sort of changed a bit oilier, but not quite so fast. It's a bit weird, bit of a contradiction. I think I need to chuck that feeder, but I've not seen Tony catch anything on it. He's been chucking it most of the match. Oh, let's chuck that feeder for a bit. I need to win the zone. I'm a bit annoyed with myself because I've neglected this line a little bit. Should have kept feeding it even if I wasn't fishing it. I think the flow's dropped a little bit now, or slowed. Can't believe there's so many little fish there, not getting a little rattle on the feeder. It is. No rattles whatsoever. I think the flow's definitely slowed a bit. I don't think it's dropped. Doesn't look like it's dropped. Quick. Look right. So I'll quickly put a bit of pudding in again. Right, we'll leave this one in now. I'll just sit on this one now. Light them up on this whilst we're at it. That's my dilemma now. I could carry on just catching a weight of a small fish, or assume the big fish are fed and I need to catch some of my own. First sign I've had that. Could have been something hitting the line. Just went do. That's it. Because it's not quite solid on the flow. So I'll have to chuck this, I think. Give myself a chance. Kicking myself if I don't. That was definitely a little small fish though. I'm pretty sure it's a small fish. Not been touched. Not convinced. We'll have a quick go on that float again. Now I've scaled down and on the flatty. We'll go on a flatty first. Catch another £2 perch. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Come on, big perch. Big Perchosaurus Rex. Popped an 010 length on, slightly finer wire hook, just to see if it gets me a few more of those big roach. You watch, I look a chub now. That's what they are, these tiny things. I think they're mostly roach, look at that. 1/4 ounce roach. Oh, I got all excited then. So that was the bottom. Sheared me off? No. All excited then. Problem with those tears, like little mini plummets. So you always drag under them all with a tear. Let's just leave it. I was a little bit closer in. That's on a tear. Look at it. Oh, nearly. Peg is just alive with these. Tiny little roach. Chuck this. If this doesn't happen, we'll start chucking the feeder over this pole line. Probably should have done that a bit sooner. Never mind. Can't do everything, can we? There's something there. I'm convinced it was a big fish. Come on, give me a lump. A lump of dump. No bites on a feeder. We'll have a 2-minute look on this. Then we'll run that float again. And we'll have to chuck a lead over it. What we got? Hour and 10 minutes to go. I just feel I need to catch something big. A big perch would be nice. It's just dragging. Oh no, it's not. It's a fish. I'm going to say that's an eel. Convinced that was just dragging. Gotta be an eel. Yeah. An eel. Gotcha. It's worth having a look then, wasn't it? It was a very slow bite. I was assuming it was just dragging. Wow, that were lucky. He went in the net. That were very lucky. Too many big bits in there. That's been good fun on the old flatty, isn't it? Fun on the flatty. Well, if there's eels here, I might as well just stay on this line and just on the inside, basically. And forget that feeder, it's just not going to happen, is it? Unless this goes really quiet on these two spots. And yeah, definitely feel I'm on the main line of the flow here. Someone's likely to catch a bream there as anywhere else. So it feels like it anyway. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't even expecting an eel today, but that's a classic sort of slow pull under, funny old bite. I normally use my gentleman's rest for this, but this has been really good since I made it last winter. Nope. Nope. Move that be for a bit. Drop this for a bit. And come back to me 16 to 012 by the way. I'm on this. It's just gone rubbish. I'm just missing bites off these tiny things. I haven't had any quality fish on that Bolo for a long time, so just took my worm over where I think they're hopefully landing. Maybe they've come up in the water. Maybe I need a shallow rig. We should have set a little shallow stick float up or something. Maybe there's a barbel there. Get even further. Oh, there then. I'll have one more look on that long line. On a feeder. 2 bits of worm. Slightly smaller, 60 grammer. Not as big as the pig I've been chucking in. Two bits of worm. Come on, fish. See if we get a bite. If we don't, I'll just sit on the flatty for a bit. 35 minutes. So we'll get on the flatty again next. And catch an even bigger eel. You've got to give yourself a chance of a big fish. Got to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Get on the bolo. Not even seen a chublet, have I? Let alone a chub. Proper tailed off, isn't it? I was hoping it's because there's some big fish in the peg. I just think it's just gone. It's just switched off. Late on a roach. So we'll just carry on doing this for a bit. For the last 15 minutes. Your ex come back. Nice way I could have caught them all day, wouldn't it? Maybe I had a pike in the peg or something, but they definitely weren't there for an hour. Right, let's end on the flatty then. That's got a bit of a kink in it. It's a big lump. Right, we've got about 5 minutes to go. Just going to sit on this, see if we can't catch another quality fish. Whoop! There we are.
You got for that. That's the same, isn't it? Is he weighing down there? I don't think so. I think he's got a pound. Yeah, he says he's had 2 green. I'm opposite him on pound. He'd had a bream and full level opposite him.
£7.15. Wow, they've weighed well. Tied with Paz. Well, that was quite an interesting match, kind of enjoyable, although a bit frustrating at times, and a lot of quiet spells, just winkling out little fish and 2 or 3 nice bonus fish. I've ended up with £7.15 ounces. Won my mini section. I tied with Paul Pasmore, and we were unbelievably both second in the zone and just 10 ounces behind winning the zone. So Mike Bedding won the zone with £8.9 ounces. He was up the arm and he's caught hemp roach on the long pole. Double Riverfest champion, fantastic angler. So very well done to Mike for getting in the final. But ifs, buts and maybes, because wow, definitely if I hadn't have chucked the feeder, I'm sure I'd have got that extra 10 ounces and I'd have been in the final. But it's such a big zone, you can't see everyone, and you always expect someone's going to have a couple of bream or a barbel or something. We were definitely in the worst zone. Everyone said Crankley would be the worst zone. I think £11 won Rolleston. Newark Dyke was won with £17. And then the match was won at East Stoke, and that was Andy Stark. He's had 3 barbel. So ifs, buts and maybes. It was a nice experience. I've never seen that bit before. Definitely threw away a chance of qualifying, but it doesn't matter because 2 days later I was on the Tidal Trent. I won the zone, won the match, and I'm into the Riverfest final. Ironically, Tony Marshall, who was next to me on this match that you've just watched, he also qualified. He was the best weight at Lauterton. So yeah, we're back in the Riverfest final. 3 years on the bounce. Happy days. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really does mean a lot. I'll see you again on another live match.